Good day, my friends. I am a Canadian citizen actually living in Africa. I have practiced criminal law in Canada at the national and international level for over 30 years. I am actually retired. Most of you have already seen the movie Law Abiding Citizen, starring Gerard Butler, and its apocalyptic scene at the very beginning of the movie. What would you do in order to protect effectively your wife and children in such circumstances? Well, the Chief Police of York gave us the perfect conduct to adopt in such circumstances yesterday, during a press conference following a deadly home invasion in Markham, Ontario on August 31st, 2025. First, let's establish a few premises. The government of Canada, with its laxist and incomprehensible politics in criminal law, and more particularly when it is questioned to release on bail any individual, is not protecting enough its population. As is the case in many other Western countries, Canada has undoubtedly lost it when it comes to immigration. You saw those ugly faces of those coward immigrants who were arrested a few days ago in relation with the deadly Markham invasion. Those individuals are the perfect example of the lack of discernment of the Canadian immigration authorities. It's so easy for a chief of police to give through the media what looks sound advice, but Canadian citizens are not fools, and they must react promptly if they don't want to suffer the same fate as this father who got killed by those satanic individuals. Let me complete my introduction by saying that even the Apostle Peter was armed at the Garden of Olives. I cite a passage of the Bible. Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. You think that Peter bought his sword a few hours before cutting the ear of Malchus? Absolutely not. He must have worn it for a long time before this incident. Why was he keeping his sword handy? In order to repel any potential aggressor towards him, towards Jesus, and towards his fellow apostles. And Jesus certainly was aware of this situation. Now let's see what can be done in order not to suffer the same fate as this poor father who was doing his best to protect his children. First, given the current circumstances, any family home must become a fortress. This means that every window and every door must be strong enough to resist to any form of pressure coming from the outside. New houses should take this necessity in consideration. Here, where I live in Africa, every window is equipped with solid steel bars from the top to the bottom. There is a steel fence at the entrance, and from what I've seen in South America, it's the same. In South Africa, where those home invasions are very common things, there is a new system which can be activated from the inside of the house. It is called sublethal remote guns. Such device should be authorized by Canadian authorities. One major point is that every homeowner should have the possibility to possess a firearm in order to be in a position to shoot any invaders when needed. From what I've seen on internet, Canadians must be over 18 and pass a firearm safety course or the Canadian Restricted Firearm Safety Course to own a restricted firearm. Canadians aged 12 to 17 can get a minor's license, allowing them to use non-restricted firearms like most rifles or shotguns for hunting or shooting competition and buy ammunition. This means that a teenager whose parents are away for a few days could potentially use his firearm in order to repel the intruders. I absolutely do not agree with the insipid advices of the Chief of Police of York. Most probably he has a firearm at his disposition all around the clock and wherever he goes. So we can certainly doubt about the possibility for him to comply as he recommends. Personally, I think that Canada, with this wave of illegal and uneducated immigrants, is becoming slowly but surely a dangerous country to live in, as is the case in England, France, and so other civilized countries. I support the creation of civil militia in every Canadian residential area, more particularly. I support the proliferation of shooting ranges and the sale of defensive weapons. Every home should dispose of a panic button, and for the more fortunate, of a panic room equipped with all the necessary hardware. People must get organized, as the police of Ontario, more particularly, seems unable to stop those criminals who invade our most precious premises. One last word. When I was young, there was an expression saying that with a .22 caliber, you can pulverize a barn door. There must be no hesitation when, in the middle of the night, more particularly, suspicious individuals try to force their way in. Aiming for the head can be a sure shot, as this son of a bitch will never be in a position to benefit from any bailout. As for his accomplices, jump on the occasion in order to aim for the left upper back while they are fleeing. A shot into the main organ of the body rarely forgives. No mercy. Let me say it again, no mercy. And when the guys are agonizing on the ground, though they can hear you, you tell them in a very gentle manner, "Sorry, gentlemen, we must shorten your stay. We must wake up early tomorrow. Please, it would be preferable to announce your visit next time you come. We should be more prepared to greet you personally. Have a great day."